Good evening, folks, and welcome back to Whiskey and Watches with Nick, where we talk about whiskey and watches because they are, after all, the things that, well, tend to matter in life. So, I've been doing a lot of bourbons and Tennessee sour mash lately, just because that's what I tend to drink during the summer here in the northwestern U.S. Was at the liquor store today. Yes, I spent a lot of time there, and happened to see Dewars 12 on a ridiculous markdown. Couldn't help myself. Thought, hey, you know what? Let's take a little break from the American stuff and do a Scotch. Frankly, it's kind of hankering for a little Scotch lately. Before we get too far into that, wristwatch check. I am wearing my Glycine Air Pilot quartz with a GMT subdial there. Very fun, very cool watch that I enjoy putting on sometime. One of the earlier watches I got when I was first getting into watch collecting. The Glycine brand appealed to me, and I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to like quartzes, which I still do. So, you know, on to the whiskey, folks. A brand that's probably familiar to a lot of people, if not in the 12-year age statement variety, then at least in the white label variety. Certainly in the US, where Dewars White Label is one of the, by market share, dominant Scotches, Scotch blends. 12 is not a huge departure from the white label. It kind of varies in the ways that you would expect given the 12-year age statement. So, for those of you who don't know, yes, this is yet another Scotch that's owned by yet another large international beverage conglomerate, in this case, Bacardi. They bought it back in the 80s, as well as the distilleries that make the main constituent single malts that go in here, which are I believe a Highland named Aberfeldy, which I have never tried and never seen on a shelf anywhere in the US. Probably because it is owned by Dewars Bacardi and distilled primarily for use, or maybe even almost exclusively, historically exclusively for use in Dewars. And then in the last maybe 20, 25 years, they did start doing age statement versions of Aberfeldy that were released as standalone products. But really, it's made for Dewars. And I can't complain. From what I'm tasting here, or smelling here, I imagine Aberfeldy is pretty nice. The other big component single malt in here is a Speyside called Altmore, which again, I have no familiarity with. On the off chance anyone's watching the show, on the off chance anyone watching the show has tried those single malts, please, by all means, leave your impressions in the comment sections. The other one person who's watching the video would probably really like to see the comment, and I know sincerely that I would. So anyway, consulting McLean on Aberfeldy, clean, apple scented, blah, blah, blah. What you would expect from a Highland. So let's take this to the nose now. Yeah, no surprise here, what you would expect from a whiskey that's blended from Highland and Speyside single malts. Some light, actually pretty substantial, pretty rich and ripe pear fruit there. Little floral sweetness. I can't narrow it down beyond that. Maybe heather, I don't know. Let's just say light floral sweetness to support that richer, riper pear. A pretty even but pretty robust blend of caramel and honey flavors. I'd say that's really the bulk of the nose. Wow. Woo, wow, that pear. That may have been a slightly enthusiastic sip. That's okay. I'm enjoying the whiskey so far, so I am enthusiastic about it. Yeah, that pear. Wow, that came alive on the palate. I mean, that was really fun. Let's unpack that palate a little bit more. Yeah, sweet heathery vanilla with that pear. What's going on with the finish? Long, fairly strong finish of what? Of chocolate and anise, maybe? Very, very enjoyable whiskey. Despite the time in the wood, it doesn't come across as woodsy or tannic. You know, I hate that. It's not present here. I wouldn't even say it finishes noticeably dry, even. It's really a very nice, very balanced whiskey. It's a 40%er, and as smooth as it is, and with that ABV, I'm not even really interested in adding any water to it tonight. For disclosure, I am drinking off the neck of the bottle, and the very top of the shoulders of the bottle. Just opened it, couldn't wait, just wanted to review it, wanted to get into it, and wanted to review it, and I'm glad I did. As I get through the bottle, as if I get past the shoulders and I start to notice any actual change in the characteristics, I'll do a follow-up review. But we're going on 8 minutes here tonight, and that's a long video for me. So, as always, thank you. If you made it this far, thank you very much for your time, your attention, and your interest in whiskey and watches, and in sharing them with me. In the meantime, until next time, take care, be well, drink your whiskey, wear your watches. Bye.